We may have just spent the last 2 years taking an actual egotistical, narcissistic crazy person and making him an unironic voice of reason on this website.
Just a robot.
I've been watching Quinton reviews for some time now. I do agree with most of the things he says, but the more I watched him, the more I got this strange feeling. It's the same feeling I got when I watched Movie Bob when he was still on The Escapist, and the same feeling I got when I used to watch Ballspawn before Ballspawn became Lily Pete. Just like Movie Bob and Lily Pete, I believe that Quinton Reviews is a ticking time bomb. I think he's really trying to keep himself under control, but eventually he's going to let his true feelings out there. For everybody who doesn't know who Quinton Reviews is, he's a guy who wasn't really well known until he made 2 videos about GradeAUnderA. Like his name implies, he pretty much just reviews movies that no one has ever heard about, but his most popular videos seem to be his Fallen Titan series, where he talks about a YouTuber who has fallen from grace. But I didn't first find Quinton Reviews through his own content. I actually first heard about him through one of Bearing's videos. Quinton made a video called I Hate the Politics at VidCon, and talked about Bearing even though Bearing didn't actually go to VidCon and it was kind of weird. Here's a clip from the video just so you guys see how terrible it was.
Francesca Ramsey has been a rising star in entertainment for years, and she's finally getting her own well-deserved mega platform. Yeah, sorry, she's not a fucking rising star in entertainment. She's nauseating.
He questions not her opinions, not her stances, but rather he just seems to be upset that she can succeed on a professional basis while many people on YouTube don't like her. You see, this is an important distinction. You didn't make this video because you had a political point to make. You made it because you dislike a woman online and you wanted to remove their ability to have a voice.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Bearing says, I don't think Francesca Ramsey is that popular. And Quinton says, you want to remove her off the internet! You don't even want her to have a voice! So according to Quinton, if you don't find someone that popular, you also apparently want them to be kicked out of society and not have a voice. Now, I don't actually believe Quinton truly believes that. Quinton just has very selective hearing. He only hears what he wants to hear.
You need to stop hearing only what you want to hear. You're right, victory is near.
And the real irony is, he says this in the video.
And we have stepped back in evolution so far that some people have come to use the term solely to delegitimize the existence of the opinions of the other side, because we are that enthralled in our side of the political debate.
Okay.
The anti-SJWs are so enthralled in their political ideology that they'll do whatever they can to delegitimize the other side. Quinton, sweetie, you just did that yourself. If you want to... excuse me. If you want to see Bearing's video on Quinton, it will be linked down below. But Bearing only talks about the stuff in Quinton's video that is aimed at him. Luckily, MangaKamen did cover Quinton's entire video. I'll link it down below. Please go check it out, it's actually a really good watch.
Consider this from the point of view of the people trying to run this panel. The whole thing is about how women online face certain levels of harassment not seen by all creators. And they came to this panel to meet with female content creators and to encourage them to push past that boundary. And the moment they walk out on stage, they have to come to terms with the fact that most of the audience of this event is male.
So?
But the best part is, while Bearing didn't actually want Francesca to be silenced for having a different opinion than him, Quinton actually did exactly what he was accusing Bearing of doing to Ben Shapiro. For those of you who don't know, PewDiePie had Ben Shapiro in one of his videos. And Quinton, along with a lot of other people, took to Twitter to complain about it. Now, Quinton didn't make a video on why he hated Ben Shapiro. Quinton doesn't question his opinions or his stances, but rather he seems upset that Ben Shapiro can succeed on a professional basis while many people on YouTube don't like him. You see, this is an important distinction. You see, Quinton, you didn't make this tweet because you had a political opinion to make. You made it because you dislike a Jew online, and you wanted to remove their ability to have a voice. I especially like the part where he says, PewDiePie is humanizing Ben Shapiro. What the hell? But anyways, if you wanted to watch Quinton's video of I hated the politics at VidCon, well, you can't, because Quinton took it down. Now, there could be a lot of reasons why Quinton took the video down. Maybe he was sick of all the hate comments on it, maybe he no longer stood by the video, or maybe he just wanted to cover his tracks. And this makes it really hard to do videos on him, because every time I find a video of his I really want to cover, he takes it down before I have a chance to download it. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't take his videos down because he no longer stands by them. Because he doesn't watch the videos people make on him, and as far as I know, he has never released an apology for any videos he has made. So basically, if he's trying to cover up his tracks so people don't do videos on him, and he doesn't watch videos people make on him, he's pretty much taking away their right to having a differing opinion. And he said this in his video on GradeAUnderA.
But if you're using this kind of argument where you're trying to disarm the other side's right to an opinion instead of actually talking about what they said, well then you're a pussy.
And even though Quinton's video on GradeAUnderA is considered to be one of his best videos of all time, there's still some parts that are pretty bad.
Most of Where's the Fair Use videos were about how too many people were getting shut down and claimed with copyright. Grade's video is about how he would like to shut down more people. Doug Walker says that YouTube needs to stop treating users like they're guilty before innocent. Grade says that we need to reverse what we've done, but do it to more people as well?
Quinton, you do realize you're comparing reviewers to reactors, right? Reviewers chop up the thing they're reviewing. Reactors play the entire video in the corner of the screen. You do realize playing a clip from a movie is not the same as pirating the entire movie, right? I can't believe I'm always in a position where I have to explain this. Every time I made a video on reactors, people would say, "But you're playing clips from their videos too! You're a reactor yourself!" No! Being a reactor isn't the problem! Playing the video in its entirety is the problem! Sorry about going on that angry rant, guys. I'm just getting really bad flashbacks of the reaction channel war. But as I said earlier, the reason why I think Quinton reviews is a lot like Lily Pete is because he'll randomly bring up his political opinions or take a jab at someone in a video that has absolutely nothing to do with them.
Saying that every angry gamer is trying to be James Rolfe is like saying that every racist gamer is trying to be JonTron.
Quinton just randomly calls JonTron racist. Why? Who knows? He doesn't talk about JonTron at all in the rest of the video. He just randomly throws this in here. I have a few guesses as to why Quinton thinks JonTron is racist, but I can't really debunk an argument he has not made. And this is why it's so hard for me to do a video on Quinton reviews. I'm used to doing a debunked video on, well, just one video and not an entire channel. I did completely disagree with Quinton's video of I hate the politics at VidCon, but he took that one down. Some of you may say, it's just a joke, dude, stop taking it so seriously. But the thing is, Quinton said this about GradeAUnderA.
Is it a joke? Is it serious? Does he want his fans to go after the people he makes fun of, or does he want them to realize that it's all just an act? No one seems to be able to answer these questions. And that's bothersome.
I mean, it just seems a little bit hypocritical to me. Now, there was another video of Quinton's I wanted to cover. It was his video on T-Series versus PewDiePie. But before I had a chance to download it, Quinton took it down in shame. Luckily, I did manage to find one clip from the video.
In the last month or so, PewDiePie and this guy called Mr. Beast have been openly campaigning against T-Series. They've spread a lot of theories about sub-botting, and they've been taking out billboards, and honestly, this whole thing is just kind of sad.
Yeah, it's so sad that a bunch of different people are coming together to make sure that an individual stays ahead of a company. Quinton, you do realize that the whole PewDiePie versus T-Series thing is not to be taken 100% seriously, right? I mean, PewDiePie even made a diss track where he used the term bitch lasagna. Many people are sure that T-Series will eventually pass PewDiePie, but we want to keep that from happening as long as we possibly can. It's going to be a dark day when a company is ahead of an individual on a platform such as YouTube. But do you know what is really sad, Quinton? Someone who will take their video down after they get backlash that they totally deserve. Quinton, every single point you made about GradeAUnderA can also be made about you. And the real sad part is, I don't think Quinton is going to change anytime soon. In fact, I think this is just the beginning. My eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube, debunking SJWs and feminazis too. We criticize reactionists in hopes they get the boot, just to roll on marches on.
If someone having an opinion not like yours makes you convulse in anger, or send you into a deep rage, planning on what quick zinger to throw out to end the conversation then and there, to make you the universal winner, or if someone bringing up a good point sends you into Terminator scanning mode, trying to find that one attack point where you can swipe in and destroy this person's reputation, please stop and try to act like an adult for once in your life.